All right, welcome to Discover St. Cloud, Florida, a brand new podcast brought to you by your host, Jeanine Corcoran.
Hello.
And Jeanine, what is it that you do?
So I'm a broker for the Corcoran Connection, which is a real estate company located in St. Cloud. Lived in St. Cloud, Florida since 2005.
That's awesome. But you've been an Osceola County resident for...
Oh, yeah, since 1987. So
I did the math last night and I was like, wow, I'm old. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Kristin Macari. I'm Janine's daughter, owner of Studio 913, a video production company, and also a realtor with the Corcoran Connection. So we just thought it very fitting that we should try out a podcast to let people know about the awesome town that we live in, St. Cloud, Florida.
that's so true because it's not all about real estate. We would just want to let everyone know about the town and the community and what's going on.
Right. And so I'm so excited because Halloween is like my favorite. I wouldn't say it's my favorite holiday, but I have the most fun getting ready for Halloween. And we're in October, which is like, this is it. Like we're getting ready to like hit all these awesome events. It's a great time of year. It's a lot of fun in St. Cloud, and just there's so many events to do.
Oh my goodness! So there's just a plethora of events. I just didn't even realize how many events. I mean, I knew about Maelstrom, but some of them I was like, oh my goodness, dude, does anyone even know about these?
Right. Right. I'm so excited, and so I mean, you want to kick us off and let us know what's going on in St. Cloud, Florida this month?
Absolutely. So I thought it was best to just go ahead and put it in chronological order, and so I'm going to start with October 8th through 10th. I said there is a fall festival, and it is at the ranch at St. Cloud. And for those of you who are around St. Cloud and know St. Cloud, that's the former Hastings Ranch. And so on the 8th, it's from 4 to 10, but on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So check that out, and I'm sure we'll post something about that during this podcast.
Absolutely. And so they have a lot of different stuff. They have concerts, they have pumpkin patches, horse rides, petting zoo, a giant slingshot, hay rides, tons of local merchant vendors, which is awesome. I love that they're including the local
Slingshot,
people.
what's that about?
I don't know.
A giant, is that like you take a human? Or wait, hey, you misbehaving, get in the slingshot. Bing! Throw you into the corn maze. I don't know. That's interesting. You should find out what that's about.
I know. I'm curious to see. Is it like one of those slingshots you see at like those, amusement parks in iDrive? Like the one that you sit in and it like slingshots you up.
Yeah, but then where do you go?
Like you're in the bucket and like you bounce around. It's like a bungee cord.
Oh,
I don't know.
I've never done that. I don't know if I could do that.
Are we gonna go and find out? I'm not doing the slingshot. I mean, we could just go and see what it is.
Let's put one of the kids in the slingshot. Let's
Which
put
one
Rachel.
do you like the least?
No.
Did you hear that, Rachel? She said
no.
She said she's writing you out of the will.
I picked her because she was older. You know.
Yeah,
so.
and she probably would. She probably would enjoy that.
Definitely no Olivia wouldn't do it.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. So that's exciting. The fall festival, 3 days, right? And I mean, great time to get a pumpkin for the pumpkin patch.
Yeah. And that whole ranch is just so beautiful. I'm glad that St. Cloud bought that, and so now that we have for the community to use it. And then starting on the 9th through, this one lasts a little bit longer, it's through November 7th, the Parton Ranch Corn Maze, and that's located at 5601 North Canoe Creek Road. They did say that the last ticket is sold by 4 p.m., so that's important. And also on Halloween, if your child dresses in a costume, they get in for free. So that's ages 3 through 12. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, and Halloween's on a Sunday this year, so you could go out, do the corn maze in the morning for free, and then do trick-or-treating at night.
Right.
That's exciting.
Yep.
I like that. I don't know, how I feel about the corn maze. I don't know if I want to get lost.
I think that would be so much
frustrated.
fun. So much fun. But then you have your iPhone. You can see, where is your child?
Right, that's true. Yeah, I feel like mine would be like, all right, see you, Mom.
Yeah, no, I think that's a lot of fun. I imagine hopefully they have something higher up so that you could actually see people in it.
Right. That'd be a lot of fun. I'd go for people watching. The arguments between husband and wife, no, go left, no, go right.
Yeah. No, I'm so glad they're doing that. I mean, the Parton family is a big family in Osceola County that's been around forever.
Right.
So it's nice that they do that they participate and help out.
I love it. And so what else do you have?
So then on October 14th and 15th, we have what's called a dive-in booby. It's $3 per person. And then the gates open at 8 p.m. So this is an evening event, 8 p.m. See, Hocus Pocus, I could see that.
Yes.
Hocus Pocus on the 14th and Insidious on the 15th. I don't know if I've seen Insidious.
That is definitely a parental type movie. It's like you would not like it, I don't think.
No?
I love it. I love the Insidious universe. I just love those movies. But if
Is
you
it a
don't like
cartoon?
No. If you don't like scary movies, you won't like this.
So
one.
I'll be going to Hocus Pocus on the 14th for $3. And that's, where's that one located? That one's on 17th Street. So that's with our Parks and Recreation, right?
Yep, that's at the Chris Lyle Aquatic Center.
Yep.
So
Okay.
they're doing it. It's a dive-in, so it's in the pool. If you didn't catch that part of it, it's in the pool. And you get to watch them. I guess you don't have to get in the pool. You could just sit around the pool deck.
I was like, why are they saying dive in? I didn't even get that whole thing because it's at the aquatic center. Duh. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I'll be going there in my bathing suit, but
no, but you could hang out and
well,
watch
it's good for maybe good for the kids. I could see all the parents sitting there and all the kids are swimming. None of the kids are watching the movie, by the way.
No, not at all. Are you kidding? They're hanging out with their friends and they're swimming.
But that's kind of neat. Kind of fun evening, dark. Have kids splashing around. I don't know how you hear the movie, but I guess I'll have it loud enough.
Right. I guess we'll have to find out. We'll go down and take a look at it. So that's exciting. I've never been to a dive-in movie. I've never seen one in a pool. I think that's really cool.
No, that is cool. I think that would be a great event. So then we move on to October 16th. Like St. Cloud has so much going on. October 16th is just to remember, it's Pinktoberfest, just to raise awareness for those battling cancer. So remember to wear pink.
Yep. And they do, if I'm not mistaken, that's the big event that they do with Pink Heels in, downtown St. Cloud every year. And they actually do you can register a team to do the fire truck pull. And maybe we need to get the office together. I don't know. Some of those agents, I don't know if they can pull a fire truck.
I know. Well, we got a couple of people like Michael Walton, and he's pretty strong. I mean, we have Bill and I mean, and weren't they... For the heels, weren't the men wearing the heels?
They were wearing heels.
I remember seeing pictures. That's hysterical.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. It's great. I mean, I know I love Halloween. I know I keep talking about Halloween, and a lot of the events are about Halloween, but it is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So it's really great.
And so many families have suffered with cancer, and it's just great to give back like that. So St. Cloud, cheers to you. You're really doing a great job with that.
Absolutely. And just so you know, that truck pull, the fire truck pull, is at 1:30 p.m. I wonder if the men have to wear heels when they pull the truck.
Oh, that would be funny. It's definitely worth seeing.
We should just tell our team that they have to.
Yeah. And tell the men they have to show up in pink heels.
So that's a good one. It's a great event. Last all day they got, kids zone and all sorts of good stuff out there too. So it's not, it's a family event too.
Oh, that's awesome. And then we move on to October 22nd and 23rd. And then the weekend of the 29th and the 30th. So that's 2 weekends in a row. There is, put out by Parks and Recreation, the Trail of Terror.
I have heard so much about this.
Really?
Yeah, they've done it for years. I don't know if they did it last year or not.
Probably not with COVID.
Right, but...
I mean, COVID's still here, but...
Right.
but now we're okay.
Right. But the Trail of Terror is back. It's 10 years. It's the 10th anniversary of doing the Trail of Terror at Peghorn Park. It's $10 a person. It's super exciting. I've heard a lot of people have fun with this. Think I guess... I don't know. I don't know that you would say like Halloween Horror Nights, but it's the same kind of thing. It's you go through this forest, if you will, the trails, and they have people jumping out at you and scaring you. I don't know if you'd like that.
No, but I'm okay with that because I anticipate. It's something different about being in person. I can anticipate someone jumping out. Like I see him coming. And I'm like, okay, I know it's a person. They're going to try to scare me. They never touch you. So I know that. But on television, I don't even know what's going to happen. And they do touch the people on television. That's the difference. I know when you walk through these terror things, in public, no one's going to actually cut you with a chainsaw. But on television, they really do. Right. That's the difference.
Okay.
So I'm okay. I'm going to go.
Okay. All right. I'm holding you to that. I don't know what weekend we're signing up. But we're going.
Absolutely. We'll go as a group.
And then I'm going to record her screaming like a little girl as she runs and hides.
And then October 24th at 10 a.m. It seems like it's, more for the younger ones. They have at the Chris Lyle Aquatic Center again, painting with a pumpkin. And so that is $5. They'll serve apple cider, pumpkin donuts, and that sounds like a great event for the young ones. So 10 a.m.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great event for the little kids. Or the little kids at heart, right? That want to paint a pumpkin. What a great way. Absolutely. I don't know if you're new to Florida. You don't really carve your pumpkins until like the day before Halloween.
or the day of.
The day of. Because they will melt. They'll turn into
mush.
They really do. And so, we did that one year. We got excited. We carved pumpkins a week early and we were like, they're going to last. It's fine. I'll give it the bleach bath or whatever. I forget what it was. It was, make your pumpkin last. It did not last. It didn't last until the next day. Oh. They were like smooshed pumpkins. And it was hysterical. So.
Wasted. I know. I was at Walmart the other day, and Olivia and I were looking at pumpkins, and she's like, "Oh, this one and that one." I was like, "Nope, it's September 30th. We're not getting a pumpkin yet." It's like, even though they're in the air condition right now, it's way too early.
Way too early.
Yes. In Florida, not up north. Up north, they'd already have their pumpkins sitting on this front doorstep.
Right, exactly. So if you're in St. Cloud, Minnesota, now's a great time to get a pumpkin.
That's true. That's true.
Not in St. Cloud, Florida, but painting pumpkins, that's a great way to help. You could probably get a little bit longer out of it. But I also noticed that they waited until the 24th.
Yes.
To do this event.
That's true. That's true.
So.
And then don't forget, in downtown St. Cloud, the last Wednesday of every month, we have the market event. And just this week, they had, I think, over 150 vendors out there. And it's just going to get bigger as we get closer to the holidays.
That is such a cool event. And I know it's put on by the downtown businesses. And they just do such a great job. There's so many local vendors that sell products. And they just line the streets of downtown. And you can, walk down the streets. They did this one at night, which was really nice. Mm-hmm. I hear they had the lights lit up.
Oh, always at night, and it's always streets blocked off. So New York Avenue, for those of you who don't know about St. Cloud, Florida, New York Avenue is the main downtown street, and then there's several streets that come off of it. But New York, they have it blocked off. They have the lights. It's just they have some food trucks, but we also have our local businesses that serve food, like the 10th Street.
10th Street Produce. There's Fire. There's Loading Gastro Brunch.
Yep.
There's so many places downtown. Great places to eat, by the way, if you haven't been.
And they're not chains.
No, they're not, which is nice. And then, of course, you have... I know we talked about the vendors, but let's not forget these downtown St. Cloud businesses, right? They're such great hosts, allowing... Because you think about it, you're essentially putting tables up right in front of their business. Who's going to see them? But, it's great for them they just want to build that community, I think, around St. Cloud.
And I love, Stephanie Milfeld is very involved with this, and she has a Z&Q, which is a children's boutique. Beautiful, beautiful store. If you've never been there, you definitely have to stop by. Yeah. And then also, there's a great jeweler in town, Dave Askew, Askew Jewelers, and anyway, so Dave, I'm on a podcast, but I'm showing you my rings anyway. Right. So Dave is great, and he can custom take something you have, let's say from your great grandma, and make it into something. He's just a great jeweler to go in and just and you can find him on Instagram. But
Yep. Oh no, they're great. So the downtown businesses are great. So it's a great opportunity. If you've never been downtown, you can check out the vendors, but then don't forget to stop in the shops. There's
always stop
many
in the
cool shops there.
So many more coming. They're really trying to promote and get that downtown up and going. But it's wonderful. I love visiting there. Just during the week, going out to eat. Fire is one of our favorites. Right. Market Street, we eat lunch there every day. Right. 10th Street Produce with Adam, the owner, and
Yep, that's awesome. And so that's every Wednesday. That's every last Wednesday of every month, right?
Yep.
So that's really cool. It's not just for Halloween.
No, that's continuous. That's a good event. It gets just bigger and bigger. Yeah. So now we're getting closer to Halloween. So we have on October 30th from 10 to 1, it is called the Monster Mash. And that's, again, put on by the St. Cloud Ranch, and that's owned by St. Cloud on Jones Road. There is a fee. It's $5, ages 2 to 13. There's, if you want to talk about what they have.
Yeah, so they're going to be doing, they're doing a Halloween dance, trick-or-treating,
so much fun.
Games, costume contest for kids, adults, and group entries. So if you've got a family of kids, you could do the whole Addams Family or, something like that. That would be
fun.
you can get the whole crew involved. But it sounds like a great event, and they're doing it the day before Halloween, so it's not going to like impact your actual Halloween plans. And it's during the day too, right?
Yep, it's from 10 to 1.
That's awesome. So it's a great time to go out, enjoy the the family activities that day. While you pick up your pumpkin to go home and carve it that night.
So literally on October 30th, you could spend the whole day out of your house, because if you start at the St. Cloud Ranch for Monster Mash at 10 to 1, then you go to downtown St. Cloud, which we just talked about, which is on New York Avenue. And literally they have businesses giving out candy for the kids from 5 to 7 p.m. Then they go on to a German witches competition in front of the Fire Brewery and Tavern. And that's at 8. So 5 to 7, you trick or treat. At 8 o'clock, you go in front of fire. I'm not sure what a German witch is. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I don't know. Okay, but we talked about this. For how many years did I dress up as a witch?
Right.
So like, this is like my event. I should figure out what a German witch is. If anybody knows, please send us an email, because I have no idea what a German witch is. But I mean, it's a witch, so I'll do it. That's exciting. And then what else do they do?
So then that's at 8, and at 9 o'clock, right in front of fire again, they have a ghost tour.
Ooh.
Now, for those of you who don't know, downtown St. Cloud, the houses were built early 1900s.
Yeah.
I'd have to see what's the oldest house in downtown St. Cloud. I'll have to call the historic center and find out, but I'd love to know. But yeah, so all the houses are extremely, I don't want to say old by any means, because they're adorable. I mean, we're talking very historic. You try to keep,
right.
You try to keep.
It's old for Florida, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's old for Florida, but no, I mean it's great. But imagine a ghost tour. I wonder what's going to happen on that. And then to end the night, folks. Okay, it's a movie I cannot see. It's called, so we have we have a St. Cloud Twin Theater downtown. It's right on
10th Street.
10th Street, yeah. So of course it's just like a block in from New York. So it's in walking distance, but you have to bring the kids home and get a babysitter, because this movie is 2000 Maniacs. And it says 18 and over. As soon as I saw that, I said, okay, that movie's not for me, because I won't sleep. I don't know what that movie's about. I really don't know.
I don't know what that movie's about either, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be good.
They didn't even say like rated R or anything. They just said, and R I think is 17, isn't it?
It is.
They just said 18 or over. So I'm like, okay, that must be a really scary movie.
Yeah.
If you need a babysitter, okay, I'll babysit.
Right.
Okay. And we'll watch a Disney movie, but I am not going to that movie. But that's great. I mean, parents, they could bring the kids home, like grandma, grandpa come over, a friend, a neighbor, and then parents, you could continue the night and go to the movie theater.
Right. That's awesome. And there's so many great like little bars and restaurants downtown. You can make a night of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much fun. So St. Cloud's like really bringing it with the events this
year.
Oh,
absolutely. They are just like rocking and rolling with the events. I mean, it's starting from the 8th of October all the way through the 30th. I mean, it's just amazing what they do.
And I'm so excited. I know this is technically November, but Friday, November 5th at 6 p.m., they have what they call the Great Pumpkin Smash. So if you somehow have a pumpkin that lasted until November 5th, you don't have to throw it out. You can go down there and they're smashing pumpkins at the landfill. It's a great time to break it down. You can figure out ways to compost it. It's a fun way to get rid of those pumpkins.
Do you actually go in and like you just hand it to them, or you go?
No, you go like break the pumpkin.
Interesting.
Like,
even the landfill is getting into it.
That's what I'm saying.
This is like St. Cloud, Florida is like the bomb.
Right. No kidding.
What is your town doing?
Right. Probably not half these events, So that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't trash it, smash it is what they say on their website. So it's going to be fun, free time, break down the pumpkin so that it can, move its way into the landfill. But yeah, I mean, no offense, St. Cloud, but is my pumpkin going to last that long?
Yeah, that's
so what do I do? I do bring you pumpkin soup or?
I know, but that's great. That's
fun. Event. I guess if you don't carve it and it's just sitting there, they last a little longer when they're not carved.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. A lot of exciting events this month in St. Cloud, and lots of great stuff that goes on year round here. So
no, I was just even thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 events.
Right.
And they're not on one day, and they're they're over several days. So that's a lot of events.
Right.
That's a lot of events for 1 month. Who knew?
Right. So I feel like St. Cloud is all about community, right?
Oh.
Like
Yep.
enjoying the community, getting out and meeting your neighbors and experiencing different things. It's really exciting. So,
And you know, St. Cloud, Florida, I mean, it's a great location because we're probably about 45 minutes from the East Coast beach, which would be Melbourne. And then we're probably how far away from Disney? Not even, it's about the same distance.
right. A little less than that, probably 35, 40 minutes.
So you have all, and when I say Disney, I mean all the attractions, you know,
Right.
any kind of attraction you can think of. We're not that far. So it's a great location. So you're not in all of that tourist area, but you're close enough to, if you want to be a tourist and have that fun events, then you can.
Right.
You know, so.
Absolutely. Come check it out. Come discover St. Cloud, Florida. And if you enjoyed this podcast, if you want to hear more about St. Cloud, we're going to be talking about the housing market out here. We're going to be talking about all the different events, great stories that we've heard, just kind of letting you know what it's like to live in St. Cloud, Florida. If you enjoyed this podcast, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. New episodes every week, or check us out on YouTube. Jeanine Corcoran with the Corcoran Connection posts tons of great videos, and you can find these there on her channel as one of her playlists. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in for our inaugural podcast. How was it?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was painless.
It was painless.
Okay, good. That's good. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
week.